learned something new today.
That's clutch.
You could just, you only got it. We have to restart all over again.
Yeah, that's right. When we used to start with Denny, and we have to start the whole thing over.
Damn. Is today the 13th?
Today is the 13th, yes.
It's just not showing on YouTube.
We can restart just in case.
Hold on. Yeah, we may have to get this thing started again. Yeah, let's restart it.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Twitter.
It just got the link on YouTube.
Oh, it's on?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's up. All right. Hi. Okay, let's blah, 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 whatever. Fuck all of that. We'll get into alphacliniconline.com here in a second. Shit was wild. Sometimes you gotta let people know, though. Inside the world's greatest cigar lounge, Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. I was up here last night. It was popping. Thursday night, sold out. We got a food truck. Y'all gotta warn me too, by the way. Send a text message or a bat signal when somebody else is up here. Because y'all didn't tell me that y'all was helping the big booty light skinned lady.
Oh, okay.
Put her
we
stuff
can talk
in here.
about that.
Because goddamn, dog.
Am I gonna see her again? Because
yes, she's here permanently now.
Oh, whatever. She got that thing.
So it was there. It was wild. So what's funny is I've been following her for a while. Her name is Miss Bear, MZZBEAR. Trust me. Not just because the ass is amazing. The ass is that. The ass is assing. She's a good chef. Like, she actually can cook. She has Skinny Pig Cafe.
Oh, okay.
And that's also her IG. And like, I've been following her because of the food stuff. Bro, Miles, when I tell you shit, if you want to eat it, it's there in the Frigidaire because I won't be here. Bro, I love lemon pepper wings. One of my favorite wings of all time is lemon pepper wings.
Like every time.
She fries them though. Like it's not like how you fry a wing without the batter. Her fried chicken is so fucking good that the lemon pepper was too much. I was just eating it, and I'm like, yo, maybe like she could have not put the lemon. It wasn't that it was bad. It's just the chicken was good. And I had some shrimps. She got seafood. It's very ethnic back there. But like she took over, so my partner had a food truck. And it just been sitting back there. And I guess something happened. She had a restaurant. Restaurant didn't come through. Long story short, we got food. I don't know what this does for my guy Cheese, but Cheese ain't good to look at. I mean, Cheese my guy. Cheese my guy, but Cheese don't look like that. So, but anyways, though, it was popping. We had this band Envy. It was like great. It was like, and it felt like they was playing like Frankie Beverly shit. And like the dude was just playing the old guy who died. And it's just something about Frankie Beverly and soul food that when it's sang right and the soul food is good, it's harmony. Like it just feels great. It wasn't Dre, don't put that on me. I didn't make this decision. I just saw her on Wednesday. And I'm gonna tell you, this is how you know, again, women don't want equality. You want to control the world, and that's okay. Bro, I come in here, and it's pouring down raining on Wednesday, right?
Right.
I come in, and she's just like, can you help me? I need to bring some grease to the back. Y'all were setting up. And I'm like, she's like, where are the two young guys? I'm like, they in the room. Well, can you help me bring some grease to the from here to the thing? And I'm like, and then she walked away, and I'm like, damn. Now I gotta follow. It's almost like the Pied Piper. Like you don't even know what you're doing. You're following, right? And this is how ass makes all of us think. And actually, that might be the theme of today's show. Ass just makes not even the possibility, but potential to get ass can make the smartest man, most professional man just do the dumbest shit. We were walking all of this shit from the front of the lounge through the back to the damn food truck, right? All we had to do was open that fucking gate. I got the gate code. And she could have drove her ass all the way back there and put the shit in herself. But I didn't even think about, I know the gate code to be able to open this shit up.
She was having this put in the freezer, but I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Like she could have literally drove. There's a whole fucking door right there that's connected to everything. Much quicker, dude. But nonetheless, it's been crazy asses. Like, but for those who don't know, this Big Games B.S. We're part of Dem Media Group. We're 800 away from 7,000. Once we get to 7,000, we'll give away $500 to a lucky listener to Big Games B.S., $200 to a greenie, as well as the amount of likes for that particular show. Excuse me. So obviously you motherfuckers don't want to give me 10,000 subs. So fuck y'all in season tickets. That's the goal though. Still by the end of the year is to get 10,000 subs. I'm going for there. We gave away a pair of tickets. Shout out to my dog, Bert. Bert's got 2 tickets to the FSU Memphis game. Anybody else wants some tickets? We may be able to have some. We'll check that out. I think I also sent them a parking pass as well. I'm trying to think who else. What else we got to announce? I don't know. Nothing else. Nothing really, really crazy. So, Daryl Jackson, I need you to give me your information. You are the winner of the $50 for the Pigskin Pick'em. Need to make sure we get you hooked up for that. And then Saturday, I get this award, this JT Thomas Award at a brunch. Black people in brunch. Like, when is brunch going to ever go away for us, or are we going to just keep holding brunch down? Because, like, I just rather just go get an award and get leave. I don't need the. But it's black alumni with white people in control. So, like, I don't know if the brunch going to be brunching. Like, I need some shrimp and grit. Like, Cheese. Now, one thing Cheese can do. Now, Cheese can brunch his ass off. Cheese can cook. Cheese just don't have the food truck. Anyways, I know that's going to be a problem. I can already see it. I already know. I want to hear about why the fuck the fat booty bitch is here. Like, it's my problem. I didn't set this up. I didn't even know who she was until I happened to see the back of the thing. And Scott's so damn funny. Scott was like, "Shit, wait, with that ass, you can ask me for anything."
And then she had the gym shorts on.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. Y'all know what y'all. Right. I know what the fuck is. Right. That kind of goes into. That pulls me into the. Actually, what is that? What's my house? That post housekeeping in the notes or no? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, you had one link. It was some Twitter.
Oh yeah.
So Mandarin U. We played Bradford today, right? Bradford is in the sticks. I don't want them having any kind of home field advantage.
Do that to them.
They are giving glizzies to the first 100 people who come to the game.
Oh.
In the water. Like, I don't know what kind of like hurricane preparedness kit this is, but nobody comes. You're supposed to give somebody a soda or something or some juice.
There we go.
They're giving out 100 glizzies. I need 100 Mandarin fans. I need us out there strong and in effect. They try to get a home field advantage on us. Fuck that. It's like the First Coast News game of the week. Or no, News for Jack's game of the week.
Yeah, it's the game of the week.
Nah, man. No, I need 100 orange and green people taking matter of fact, take the hot dogs and throw them on the ground. Like, we want them hungry, famished, and not out here. Like, we don't need them fueled. I'm excited though about their concession stand. Country School's got the best concession. They're gonna have shit like real pulled pork with the old greasy ass white man. That's his thing. Is pulling pork. That's it. I want Brandon. Like, why are you here? It's $5. I don't know how much the game is, but I just want you to come in and just get the hot dog and open the bottle of water and just pour that shit out. Be like, this is how we play at Mandarin. We don't give a fuck about this shit. We don't give a fuck about none of that. Duval, baby. But now I saw this. Somebody said Rosalind Baker is on one of the. She watches the show. She asked me in this shit, and I'm like, y'all out here giving glizzies? Like that's the incitement. But I expect a good crowd. I expect that kind of shit. But yesterday I was talking about this, and Thursday I went to Kai's open house. Tuesday, I believe, was my son Trey's open house. So we had back-to-back open houses. Raining like a motherfucker at both of them. But either way, we went to open houses. And much like the lady we were just talking about who could cook her ass off. Well, obviously she can't cook her ass off because her ass is still there. She can cook her ass on. Women, y'all gotta be careful, man. I'm not telling you this from a situation of saying that men need to control themselves. But you can't throw steak into a lion's den and then expect the lions to just sit there and say, you know what, you're vegan today. Control yourself. And what they're doing is they're just throwing these steaks out here. And then like in trade school, there's a chick who had like, I don't know if they're Indian. I don't know what they is. They something. But like she looked like Maya in the face with an ass. And she had like this little coat, this little sundress of many colors that was there. She was just walking and she was in summer Trey. Like, and then Trey knew the kid. And I'm like, yo, man, come on, dog. Can't you dress like the ugly women in here? But it wasn't as bad at trade school because trade school they have to choose you to go to it. It's not a private school, it's a charter school. So, and then there was some people like his math teacher is fun. She's cool. Black woman. They have a I don't know if he's Haitian. I know he's not gonna claim Haitian because claiming Haitian ain't really in vogue right now. Apparently they eating cats and shit and dogs.
I got y'all.
We're gonna talk about some Korea. Y'all gonna stop messing with these fucking foreigners, man, and their delicacies.
Right.
But then we go to Kai's thing. And one thing I've learned about Kai, my son goes to a Title I school in the most affluent part of Jacksonville. That's because everybody gets the bus in. Now, Trey went to the same school. And I'm going to get into why I use this GIF here in a second. Apparently, one of his aces from a school, like, their mom got an ass too. It was just right there in front of me, man. It was like I'm sitting there and talking to his mom. I'm like, yo, man, wow, like that, man, we need to protect this. She couldn't help it. She could wear a potato sack and the ass is gonna ass. It was just good ass. But she was in scrubs, but scrubs do highlight. It's very few women wear scrubs and don't have ass. I don't know what about scrubs and women, but like it does a good thing for them. Then you had one chick come in that bitch and you just knew. You ever seen a woman that just looked like she just knows she a bad bitch? It doesn't mean she's a bad bitch. It just means she just knows she a bad bitch.
Like 90% of them.
And she came in that bitch in a nightgown looking shit. Like it was like the little like lace thingamajiggy right here. And like her titties was out.
She ain't right.
But she had an awning over the vagina. So there's a theory I've heard. You're acceptable as long as the front isn't more than the back. So if you got a lot of ass and there's not more gut than that, the gut to ass ratio has to be there.
Okay, I get that. So
what I'm saying is she was built like, I don't know what letter, is that an S? A perfect S or something like that? Yeah, so she was built, but not the top. It's like if the S was like
by the belly?
Like, yeah. Oh. And then I don't even know what that, it was wild though. And then she had on some big ass rain boots that like had green bottoms, so it's almost like they glow in the dark. Like she was dressed like if that would have been on like the singer Tim's, or we were talking like Rihanna or somebody like that, we would all be like, yeah, damn, that's bad.
I get what
She had the confidence of Lizzo. She wasn't as big as but new Lizzo's small.
yeah, she's losing weight.
Like she's losing too much weight. But confidence always goes there. But then I got informed that her daughter was bad. Daughter active, excuse me, in the kindergarten. And then it made me think all bad bitches got bad kids because they're not there. They being raised by grandma and they trying to act like mama. And you can see it. You can see it. But then I also saw so many other stereotypes come through with this. Booty do. That's exactly what it is. The booty do. That is what the booty do is. Anyway, I just call it an awning because the awning covers things. So it's covering the vagina. I think John, I like Lizzo. I'm a Lizzo fan. Lizzo, I don't know what it is, but something about her aura. I don't want to see that seat that she sat in Madison Square Garden.
My gosh.
Michael Gaines said, "What is her ex?" I don't know. If you're talking about the cook, I would just say go to MZZBEAR or IG. I'm telling you, check that out. Check it out, brother. Shoot it. You miss 1,000. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you, it's a good follow. She got good food. Dead serious. The food's delicious, and it looks good too. Kai had the Indian that had a real Indian, not like a red dot in school. Well, you got feather. And I don't want him to think it's the feather.
We have to find another way.
Okay, curry. I don't know what do real Indians, not real Indians. What do Native Americans eat? Because to be honest with you, I've never seen two at the same time.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know.
Like I don't even know how they be replicating themselves again. They got all the casinos.
They have reservations.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You got to see them. Okay, you got to see them on a reservation. That's why I've never been to one.
They eat like fried bread.
When I was in elementary school. We had an Indian that was in my class. But now that I think about it, I never saw his parents, so I've never seen two Indians in the same place.
Native Americans.
So I don't know what Native Americans eat, but again, I know Indians eat curry, and Kai had him a curry.
I like that.
But now Kai might have him a red bone. The problem is the red bone she's really light skinned right now. Like all the light skinned girl stereotypes, you can see them. So the bad bitch's daughter comes over to talk to her. I know for a fact that the light skinned girl doesn't fuck with her. It was so fake, bro.
At age,
no, she comes over and she's just like, "Hi." She's like, "Hey." I was like, "Yo, that was so fake." I was like, "Yo, I loved it," but she was bossing Kai around, and the first thing I was thinking in my head was, if you pull up the thing, is one of my favorite movies is Boomerang. Have you seen Boomerang? I don't know. You've seen Boomerang? Okay. Yeah. So this scene is iconic. One, R.I.P. John Witherspoon. I think did he die this year or was it last year?
Last year. Or the year before.
It was like, I know he ain't been gone for long, but it's very iconic. You got to hear Marlon Wayans talk about how they could have made more money because their show would have been picked up by NBC and probably still been on the air. Because, they don't cut shows once you get on network. Yeah. But they didn't want John Witherspoon to be the dad.
It's been almost 5 years since he died.
Damn. Really?
October 29th, 2019.
Damn, it feels like, damn.
For real.
People dying quick and a long time before you really. It's crazy. I'll kill somebody who was good and alive, and I'll keep somebody alive who's been good and dead. But I'm sitting there looking at my son getting bullied. Now, the girl is cute. I approve. But I'm like, but I couldn't tweet this out, but I can say it on my show. The reason why I couldn't tweet it out is because you can't say a 5-year-old's pussy whoop because they ain't even thinking about that right now. But it was the first thing I think is, now, Kyle, your mama tells me that your pussy whoop. You to reverse that shit. Like, whips pussy. Like, I got to get my son to reverse that shit. Like, stop that. Stop doing what this light-skinned ass girl heifer wants you to do, man.
Yeah, nah. I'll give him, when they're of age, I'll tell them all the horror stories their uncle went through. So I'm going to scare them like the way your mom did with Emmett Till. I'm going to tell them the worst of white women And where's the black woman?
I'm telling you, this is what we're going to the motherland. We are going to Panama, and we are finding one. We're going to be like that R. Kelly. Do you have your shots? Do you have your passport? Do you have your passport? Do you want to come with me to America?
How did that song get made?
He was in Africa doing that shit,
That's
dog.
a cartoon of a line.
R. Kelly is wild, dog. You want to know what's funnier about Robert Kelly? Is that I knew this. I knew this.
No,
you can't boycott his music. You might as well embrace that shit. You know why?
Why?
All your favorite songs he wrote.
Yeah, I saw your tweet the other day.
Hold on.
He's an amazing writer that can't read.
He can't read.
So he can't read, and he's writing a bunch.
Dude,
Wow.
dope.
Am I impressed,
He probably just like
It's in his head. He's just like
off dome.
Well,
Like, somebody
when
write
you
this
listen
down.
to have you listened to his story about his mom? Have you listened to his story about his mom?
Nah.
And how he's like, my mom was a beautiful woman, and we were so poor, but every day we would go to McDonald's, and I just wanted to be everything with my mom, and she would buy coffee, and then and a Danish, and she would cut the Danish in half. And then she had this bright red lipstick, and she would put her lips on the coffee, and she would sip it, and then she would turn it around and like give it to me, but I would turn it back to where my mom's lips were, and I would sip on it. And it just like, this man is fucking insane. I love my mama to death. He was probably most like, you know what? Yes, but also poor was relative. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I'm thinking about all of the shit that I went through now, and it were people who had it worse. I don't know if I don't necessarily know if we were poor as much as my mother was cheap. And if I would have stayed in New Jersey while we would have lived in the hood, we would have been hood rich because all my grandmother's brothers lived within 5 miles of Big Daddy's house.
Okay.
So like when my mom wanted to do something, she could do whatever she wanted to. All her uncles would pay for it.
Right.
And they all like made decent money. Like they weren't, but like at the time that's why when people are like, oh, well, you know, we don't need this. The reality is my mom was the first person that went to an integrated school. First educated person in our family. That's my mom. I'm only 40, dog. Like that's a whole fucking one generation removed from some wild shit. So like, while he might have been poor, it was more so he was still coming up out of the bullshit that people had to go through. But it was just like, again, just wild shit. But like,
wild.
I definitely don't know if I want him to have an American, no race. Just I don't know if I want my son to have an American woman that they're marrying.
I understand that.
I don't want him to be not necessarily a passport bro. But like they can get one that came over here that's one generation removed. Because I tell you this much, man.
FOTB.
Like, listen, dog. You fuck around. Some like y'all American women don't know how good they have it. Because your grandmothers are only a few years older than you. But when you get you them good old Spanish women will fucking almost, again, you try to fix your plate if you want to. They'll fight you. And then they'll look at the woman that brought you in and be like, they could be in the middle of enjoying their meal. But if you want more, they have to stop and get that. Now, I don't need all of that, but there is something to be said for that. And you could get away with other stuff. Like, hell, you see, Offset, Cardi B just had the baby the other day. Offset, she filing for divorce from Offset. They over there locking lips, taking pictures.
Really?
Yeah, good old spend letting that man cheat in peace. keeping her house while everybody else saying, look at you, but your ass lonely. Meanwhile, the only thing you hugging is the body pillow. Don't have these people alone with you. Let her have her truths. But anyways, the open house was crazy. Y'all got to stop putting your asses on display. It's male teachers. There's more male teachers here now. We're not trying to get caught up. And more men are going to Alpha Clinic Online to get their blood work checked to make sure everything is operating perfectly. Because when you get over 30 years old, did you know that if you're not an active athlete, if you're not working out, if you're not doing the things, your testosterone levels will drop. That's what happens. 30 years old happened. I was dunking crazy. And then 30 happened. And then just all of a sudden, everything stopped. And I can only imagine what would happen if I was a Hall of Fame level athlete. Shannon Sharpe set the internet ablaze in a rollout because he's now got a big advertiser. I think it's Roe or something like that.
Yeah, Roe or Roman. I don't know. Roe.
Dick pill, ED pills.
Really?
Yeah. He may or may not need them. I personally don't care if you need them. If the drug is available and there's nothing against, use performance enhancers. You have to have something to enhance. So it's you, but go on out there, man, and and put a dent in that hole.
Yeah.
Let him know. Nothing wrong with that. He got to be mid-50s now. Or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see.
Like, but it's a rollout.
He's 56.
It's a cool thing, but it's also to stop the alleged the gay allegations, which ain't going nowhere because we no face, no case is what they say. All we heard was feminine-like voices. Hell, I have heard some of y'all voices that y'all make when y'all getting it in, and sometimes the most feminine woman sounds like a gorilla. Speaking of gorilla, imagine Glorilla, deep as her voice is.
Yeah.
Imagine you clapping that, and then she over here grunting like Rick Ross. Ugh. Like actually, now that I think about it, that makes her less cute. Like even though you can, and y'all, can we stop this too? Glorilla is a pretty woman.
Yeah.
What's the skin? A couple of these women are pretty women. They not fine like that, dog. They're fine to you because they're rich and you can't get them.
Yeah.
You could go find, like, stop saying you'll take the $10,000 of Glorilla. Take the $10,000, go to the DR and go find you about 20 battered Glorillas.
Right.
That are looking for more, for less than she would be looking for from you. Again, listen, I mean, y'all can say what y'all want, but the passport bros, they just couldn't get no action. Shit, they getting it. Nah, they getting action now. They just don't feel like dealing with your American bullshit. But he took his Roe pills. Well, let's fuck me listening. We got the audio. The audio was there, everybody. Then he did what
I haven't heard it yet.
Okay, let me preface this. So this is what it's like. And I'm getting into that. Well, I am an unk, but I'm getting into definitely in unk territory, right? And I had crazy ass uncles. I have Uncle George. I don't know my father's brothers like that. I know Wayne like Jordans. That's the only thing I know. Wait a minute, no. Yeah, Wayne, Tim, and then Clay. Clay's dead. But I don't really know any of them like that. But my great uncles were so stereotypical, and I loved them. I had Uncle Frank, I had Uncle Tiger, Uncle Harry, Uncle Gordon, and the weird one was Uncle Willie. Uncle Tiger had 3 fingers. He had a tragic accident that happened, but that motherfucker grip on his right hand was amazing. And he would always do the claw on you. And it would be funny because, as a kid, I love Uncle Tiger. I miss him a lot. Lost 3 of them October, November, December, I think of 2007. Yeah, my grandmother had a rough one right there. Jesus. 3 great men. No, Frank, it was Tom. Frank had been dying for a minute. He was in hospice. But Frank was the A1 shit talker. Now, Uncle Gordon is what reminds me of what Uncle, because we've heard it on the show. Him talking about, or we've heard it, the Ocho. Ocho, I can put it down now. And we've heard, I don't know, I can't speak for white people. I can speak for black people, and I've been around enough Caribbean motherfuckers to know that Caribbean people talk like this too. I don't know how other people talk, but my Uncle Gordon, Miles, at the wedding, perfect example. Your sister's god sister. Another, a woman that's blessed with ass.
Yeah. She
kept walking by the hotel, the front of the hotel. Uncle Gordon had lung cancer, but he beat it. And so he did naturally what any winner would do.
The cancer.
He went back to smoking cigarettes. So he's out there smoking cigarettes. And I'll let y'all in. You call me this shit, I would throw you off the top of lot 19, but you got to be a fan. My fam, actually, no, I'm not even going to say that shit. Anybody who knows me knows I have a family nickname that only people who really know me call me. And he comes over there and he's like, hey, nephew, come here. You see that chick right there? She keep walking by. Know what the fuck going on, man? But she keep walking by. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her. I'm like, oh, the fuck you talking about? Like your wife, everybody here. Yeah, man, listen, she think you over here think you think I can't do it? Just because I'm 85 don't mean I can't do it. I was like, listen, I believe you. Everything work here. I'm like, I believe you. Like she keep walking by, she think it's a game. I'm gonna grab her ass. I'm like, yo, you can't grab her. It's called rape. I don't want your old ass to go to jail. Like, that's not cool. I was like, he's like, have her come over here then. I'm like, I'm not finna have her come over. Knowing her boyfriend was there. And that's the cross-eyed one, Miles. It was wild.
Still together.
And it, I don't think they're still together.
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I think they had a kid, but I hope that baby, this cross-eyed, does it go down?
I don't think that does. That can't be the thing.
You know, like sickle cell, if you got a sickle cell trait, it can go down. Like, I'm just trying to figure out the cross-eyed. Anybody in the comments, if y'all know, yeah, hold on.
Oh, yeah, it says it can be hereditary.
Oh, my.
That's crazy. I know somebody who would know. But why are we telling the story? Uncle Gordon's like, bring her over here. Stop playing with me. You don't think I can do it? And I said, I believe you can do it. But you can't have cigarettes and chase young women. You got to pick which one. You just got your lungs back. And this is when I realized how strong cigarettes were. He looked at me. He looked at her. He looked at the cigarette. And he said, damn, guess I'm going to have to keep smoking these cigarettes then.
That's what it is.
Motherfucker Tommy said, I seen it before. I just needed to know. But anyways, though, that's what. So I've heard stories like this before. So to hear Uncle Shay Shay, did this happen? So now we can play it. Just think about your uncle that's talking all kinds of shit, and you don't want to see it, right? I've actually seen my Uncle Gordon naked and fuck my head up. And I know he did that shit on purpose because all them old motherfuckers have money. And my grandma said, when we was leaving the family reunion, go see your uncle to make sure they give money. Because my grandma gave money and she made her brothers make sure they took care of her grandkids. And I went down there and that nigga was butt ass naked. And I came back up and my grandma was like, did you get money? I said, man, grandma, I don't even want to talk about it. She's like, what happened? I said, that motherfucker knew what he was doing, dog. He knew I was coming to ask him for some money. He was down there butt ass naked. I don't want to be around him no more. She hugged me because she knew that was traumatic. He looked like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Like, but I was like 16. But here's what we have from Shannon Sharpe. Old people don't know how to use technology, but we know he was lying because how many steps does it take to go on Instagram? Can you just open up your phone and accidentally go on Instagram Live?
I don't know.
It seems like you got to do some things on purpose, but he said, push play. He talking her through it.
What?
He was talking her through it. And he immediately comes on and says,
oh my God,
I was hacked on IG Live.
Yeah.
And like it's longer audio. Like you can hear his voice. Like we hear you. We know what you sound like. You have a unique voice.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
How?
And this is how Shannon Sharpe's day started. Or whatever happened. I think it was Wednesday.
Who's he in competition with?
Pat McAfee.
He has to
himself
do this to beat
No.
Pat McAfee?
No. I think he's but again, he rolls out the Row Pills sponsorship.
Right. Okay. That's
they do the nightcap.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh no! We should have gave a warning before we played that. That's right. That was
my bad. Yeah, my bad, Hector. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm the type of person. This show and me calling me. We're not the type of people to put on speakerphones. You have no idea what's about to happen. But if you go to the next thing, so he did all of this on night. He talked about all of this stuff on Nightcap. Apparently, he was doing. You know what? And this is my first real listen because he even goes and says, "That's my Michelle." So the first thing everybody thought was,
"Oh no!"
And here's why. Oh, the black women were mad. They were like, "We know whatever Latina or non-African American female that was with Shannon Sharpe was getting the business." So everybody immediately go to Michelle. We just figured it was a white woman.
Oh, that is.
And she says it wasn't me. Let me see. Where's Michelle Beale? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Is that the bitch that got mad about Jameis?
She used to do Get Up, I believe.
I can see that being Shannon's type. All that moaning, women, is that who is that for? That wasn't for him. We know that's fake. Like all that, like it's not even matching strokes. Like it doesn't unless he just got in there and just stood in there. Ugh.
Ugly dog.
Yeah, pugs are ugly. It's people who look like pugs. Like Drewski looks like a pug to me.
Yo, wow. I never put that together.
Just saying, man. Steven, we're over here. Steven, but she sounds black. One lady looked up and tried to find out exactly who Shay Shay was smashing. Oh, jeez. And what sucked is that they did all of that, and it wasn't even that black. It wasn't even that poor black lady named Michelle. And now she got everybody trying to figure out it, try to see if she can get that noise up out of. And that's why I hate to. The lady even put on Twitter that let me play my black woman internet detective thing. Oh, damn.
Oh.
Got attacked by the microphone.
All right.
Oh yeah. Daryl, yeah. That was crazy.
Oh, good shot. Wait a minute. Well, sober varies, but okay. If you haven't drank in 6 years, I appreciate that. Good for that. Good for you. I can't even. I gotta go pull this up. But like Shannon Sharpe lied about it because he says he was embarrassed. But like, and really, what ended up happening is we saw Paul Pierce get fired for having strippers on IG Live, and so he was just like he just knew he was gonna get fired probably. But Shannon Sharpe at the next ESPN meeting, and they put the Office thing up here. This one goes to Daryl for pocket dialing the customer while having sex. And what can I say? A player's got to play. Actually, that was the sound of me eating spaghetti, but I let them think there was another thing coming. Like that show was hilarious, dog. I love that show. That there was a video that went out where a guy pretended like he was in the office. Like all his friends were like, why do you always do this? And he was like, it helps me cope to pretend like I'm on a fake reality show and do this. And then he's like, but I'll act normal now. Then he killed all of his friends. But it was like he would just stare off into space and stuff like that. But everybody was like, oh, that's the end of Shannon Sharpe. And I don't think people realize why it would. One of the best things, the podcast is the mixtape. The podcast is the mixtape for sportscasters. So like a good rapper can drop a studio album, but then like Lil Wayne, we like Lil Wayne music more for his mixtapes than we do for his actual studio albums. But that popularity of the mixtapes is going to always make sure, even if his studio albums flop, that he'll always be able to go on tour and always be able to earn a living. Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharpe's podcast are so popular that it guarantees viewership to them when they're in studio. So there are people who know about Shannon Sharpe from Nightcap and from Club Shay Shay that don't really know of him being on FS1 or on ESPN like that. Same thing with Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is so smart that he does his show. He does a 2-hour show. The first hour is on TV. The second hour you have to watch on his YouTube. You can watch both on the YouTube, but the only way to see the second hour of the show is to go to the YouTube, and they direct you to the YouTube, and he's getting millions of streams.
Keeping some independence.
And you can fire him. All firing him is going to do is make him more popular independent.
Yeah.
And now you will lose those viewers. They need seasoning. Pat McAfee is the old white man I was just talking about at Bradford that breaks the stereotypes. He's the pulled pork. He's the barbecue pit master. He's going to season this food, and you're going to eat it. Shannon is the guy who does all that can make all the food too with the proper seasoning. You remove those two, and you got bland ass programming. You want to see Paul Feinbaum? I tell you what, we don't want to hear or see is Paul Feinbaum having sex. So be so good they can't deny you. It's very smart strategy. But we go to the next thing. Like they're talking about it. They're talking about it. And again, like all Shannon was doing, again, this isn't, this is from the show. And this was hilarious. And this is what a younger sibling should tell their OG when it comes down to it.
Like you gonna take this dick. Now I'm just saying I ain't never heard you talk like that. I ain't never heard you talk like that. Now what we do got to work on is ain't nothing wrong with your hips, but we got to work on your cardio. Because you was like you gonna take this dick. Now
He was growling, and he was sounding like he didn't sound like he was in the best shape. So I'm with him on that. Shannon talks about who all called him. Ocho what's funny is he just got on Ocho about professionalism. And then this happens. But he says all the people who called him, Cat Williams called him, a bunch of other people called him support. Deion Sanders called him too. And he talks about what Deion said to him. They got the picture of him and Deion. This is probably what it looked like. Like if you click on my guy L Budget, shout out to FSU fan base. But Shannon says Deion Sanders called him to counsel him after that, and this is probably what that counseling session looked like in real life, because that's what I'm gonna be honest with you. If somebody I know got caught, I'm gonna be critiquing them and be like, "Hey man, you were tearing that shit up. It was good." We're gonna laugh. We're gonna be guys. We're gonna talk like we in the locker room because that's what guys do.
Right. It's not something to pity him over. He's fine.
He was getting ass.
Yeah, right.
So Shannon, can you describe to us a little bit about what actually went down on that IG Live? Like, what was it like? Like, what did you do? Give us a play-by-play, brief play-by-play.
And I got you on face down, my knee in your back, and I got you crying like a you-know-what.
Damn, face down, D'ing her back, and I got you crying like you know what. Boy was stroking. He was clear as card at that. I mean, again, you gotta remember he's a country boy that came up from when blues songs was blues songs. When the song said if you're stroking it and it's too loose, she said put it in a butt or something like. I promise you, that's the lyrics is in there. It was crazy. I'm like, damn, she ain't gonna do no Kegels. She's just telling you if it's too loose, just go ahead right now. Don't even warm her up. It's wild times, man. The ass don't be having you thinking right, man, which is good. That good ass. Ooh, man, I should have got the Vampire in Brooklyn post. Said sometimes you gotta get some evil ass is good. And evil is good. If you get you a piece of evil ass, woo! That's basically what Shannon was telling us. But this is Shannon on the show again. This is why I said it's like your uncle who been talking shit, but you finally heard him. So now you know he wasn't really talking shit. Actually do put it down sometimes.
But hey,
Yes, sir.
I have a stretched out like 2:45. You know what I mean, Ocho? Don't play with me. Ocho, you better stop playing with me, Ocho.
I've never even heard of that until stretched out like 2:45. And then you look at the clock and you're like, damn, that's wild. That's what old people say. If you don't have an uncle, right, you can't relate to this, James. I don't know nothing like this. Kevin Hart comedy special when he said, looking at old, I use this gif a lot. He was like, what you think I can't do it? But stick key in the door, turn it. Shoot, I got that girl over here. Look at my eyes. Roll them. Like just stuff like that, just random shit. Have a stretched out like 2:45. Like, yo, that's a bar right there, man. But I'm telling you, them happy pills, dog. Don't let your pride get in the way of you selling out. I think we already had that. I had that one twice. And this is right here again. Part of it was I would have never thought there would be a way. This is probably the most underrated clip from next Friday. Everybody like, damn, huh? Now, here's my thought process on all of this. And it's kind of, I'm going to tell you the truth, dog. If I didn't hate this fat fuck, this would be funny.
I mean, that title right there is pretty damn clever. Ah. Man.
It is. It's you want to laugh, but it's him.
Yeah.
He got a video of him saying, sorry, this leak. And it's like him eating a burger or some shit like that.
Him eating lunch.
And
that is hilarious. He even looks like he's even looking better, losing weight and all this. I still don't hate him.
The video is him.
I just don't fuck with him. I hate him, dude. But let's listen to what my problem with him is that, and I'm in agreements with him. I just don't want to hear it from him.
Yeah.
But let's listen to let me give him a shot because the broke clock is right twice a day.
Is good. This is like Kim Kardashian good. It's going to make him more famous. He nearly had 200,000 people watching his show last night on YouTube, with he and Ocho Cinco cracking jokes about it. But Shannon came on YouTube last night and pretended that he was embarrassed and upset, but all I heard mostly was a lot of bragging. Let's play SOT number 1 of Shannon Sharpe bragging about his sex tape.
My phone wasn't hacked. It wasn't a prank. It was me being a healthy, active male. I mean, y'all not gonna figure it out.
Right.
Y'all not.
That's what I'm talking about.
But what y'all can do, y'all can get on this row.co/nightcap and get $15 off your first order. That's what y'all can do. But you'll get it in, y'all see. But anyway, that's I'm just saying, Ocho. I'm just saying.
That about what? A minute, 5 seconds?
Oh no.
No.
No. Hey, this ain't no YouTube short, but it's a full feature.
Okay, I'm
come on, Ocho. Come on now. Don't do that. Oh, they want to go. They want to go a couple of rounds with the champ.
Yeah, if
you have an allergy, like if you're allergic to peanuts, you're allergic to shellfish, bee stings, ants, or something like that, Ocho. You keep an EpiPen on you.
Right.
I keep these on me. Ocho.
Yes, sir.
Real talk. They call these draws for the Hall of Fame. These draws go into the Hall of Fame. You know how when you have an outstanding performance, they want the jersey, the cleats, the glove. Oh, these draws go into the Hall of Fame. You know, she might have had to put a little ice pack down there, but she good otherwise. You play a hard game, you ice. Basketball players ice their knees, they ice their ankles, their elbows and stuff like that. After, up and down football players. Okay. I'm looking for a mattress sponsor now. I thought the box spring out of that one, Ojo.
He's promoting some sort of Viagra supplement. He's promoting, he's gaming the system. This is why we call him a master baiter, master at baiting. He has baited everyone into his sex tape. He's using it for fame. Now, what he's telling Mike Epps and them now, hey, crack jokes about this. This is in some ways genius. In my mind, it's sad.
Shut your fucking non-pussy ass getting. Oh, man, shut your man. I hate. That's why I hate this motherfucker right here.
He ruined it at the end. What an ugly dismount. Fat dismount.
Just because you ain't getting no. This is sound like an ain't getting no pussy ass getting dude. Oh, low testosterone, high estrogen having ass. Little Debbie snack cake loving ass motherfucker. Get rid of that fucking old man high top fade. Sick of that shit. And it actually is a tape because it was recording. It ain't a sex tape. It's like a might as well be a like we didn't see nothing. Like that's the crazy part is getting controversy and we didn't see absolutely anything. And we only got a minute. So like the wild part is who recorded this? Because you were in the act. And you're saying it wasn't a minute, which I don't care. Like, listen, Shannon a heavyweight is a heavyweight. Heavyweight boxing match, motherfuckers get knocked out in the first minute. Now, you can do what you got to do if you got to do what you got to do while you're doing it. I thought it was great. But this man says that he was doing this to beat the sex allegation, the gay allegations. I still, we talk about it though. Just because you have, he might like women too.
Right.
I still think he might be a little fruity. I mean, you can pop pills and still pop backsides. That might be his thing. But at the end of the day, I don't care. This shit was hilarious. This shit worked. It got me thinking, should I do an Alpha Clinic commercial? But this is what makes it better is the parodies. And this dude right here, if you don't follow him, he does the voiceovers for the cartoons and stuff. One, his voice is hilarious. Second, this is just what he's doing when he said he was hacked. You guys started from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
I guess you got to refresh it.
Yeah, he was screaming.
Did this before.
Never did what?
Whatever I'm about to do.
I don't know what you mean. What you about to do? Because I ain't even asked you to do nothing yet. We just walked in here. Hey, yo, chill. You kind of aggressive. Whoa, 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 whoa. You a lying bitch. Oh, you are nasty. God dang. Oh, shit.
It was funny. It looks exactly like what Shannon's thing did, but he put on
I'm getting dizzy. Wait.
What? I'm doing something wrong?
Shit, no, bitch. I started blacking out. I was seeing the gates of hell.
Like, please sit down.
On demon time. He's like, oh, damn.
What?
Oh, I'm just playing. I'm alive.
Okay.
Whoa! Oh my God, this bitch burping baby souls. Oh, damn, bitch, go ahead and back.
You doing crazy, dog. Like, you gotta go watch
shit, God, I love you.
remakes and just the stuff like that, man. This dude is wild. Somebody put it could have been a transmission. It could have been a transmission. We don't know. But that's his business. Bottom line is Unc is getting it. And he's a healthy. I need to clip that healthy what healthy males do. And I'm like, that's awesome, man. But let's get into some sports shit. That was funny though. Shay is Shay. Actually, no, still just more the theory of sports. Everybody talked about Lil Wayne, right? Lil Wayne this, Lil Wayne that, Lil Wayne this. Except for Lil Wayne. Well, we finally got some audio and video of Lil Wayne talking about what it was like to not be included into the Super Bowl. So I'm interested in this.
First of all, I want to say forgive me for the delay. The delay on just the delay. I want to say I had to get strength. I had to get strength enough to do this without breaking. I must say thank you. I must say thank you to every voice, every opinion, all the care, all the love, and the support out there. Your words turn into arms, and it held me up when I try to fall back. That hurt.
Okay.
Hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt. It hurt a whole lot. But y'all are fucking amazing. It made me feel like shit not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like shit, you guys reminded me that I ain't shit without y'all. And
all right, we can put the rest of it. These pauses and shit.
I know.
It's fucking killing me, man. Like,
slow-mo.
Like, I don't know if he had just heard some syrup, man.
I empathize with
or what, but this is kids. Stay off of hard drugs. Lil Wayne is only 2 years older than me.
Whoa.
That man looked like Whoopi Goldberg from the 80s.
He looked
like ugly Whoopi.
Goggy.
Though he do look like Goggy. For those who don't know, Goggy's 95. Like, it moves and talks way faster than that. But it's ironic that he feels the way that he feels, right? And not in a bad way, but if there wasn't years of audio of Lil Wayne talking about, let's go in there. I think we got Juvenile discussing how he feels about it as well. Go to the next one. Yeah, what's Juve the Great? Because that's what really needs to be headlining the Super Bowl.
He looks so much better than Lil
And
Wayne.
he's a lot older than Lil Wayne.
He looks so much better. I love Lil Wayne. I empathize with him, but
Yeah.
geez.
But yeah, he does.
So everybody want me to speak on this Super Bowl situation. Look, I'm mad about the situation just like y'all, man. But, my hatred is toward the NFL. Not really the people that booked the halftime show. I'm mad at the people that hired the motherfuckers that booked the halftime show. I feel like y'all should step in. Y'all done threw 11 Super Bowls in New Orleans, man. Y'all have yet to put a hip-hop artist from New Orleans on the damn Super Bowl. Sure, y'all have put artists on the Super Bowl back in the day, say Al Hurt, and the list goes on. Not too many. I feel like every time y'all come here, y'all should have somebody from our city on the shit. But this time it really hit hard when you don't have Lil Wayne on the show. I don't see how the fuck y'all don't have Lil Wayne doing a halftime show. Somebody that has a whole bunch of fucking hits and somebody that really deserves it and somebody that can bring out multiple artists of all genres. Think about it. So this goes to you, Roger Goodell. You need to get it right, man. You coming in our city, sucking up our cultures and making up all this money and putting all this bread in your pocket and putting all this bread in other people's pockets and leaving us dry, hanging us dry. Gotta stop.
I thought he didn't. Juvenile had a song about Lil Wayne called "You a Hoe."
Yeah, that was when they was beefing. Yeah, they made up.
Oh, okay.
But
cool.
You want to know what's odd?
What?
Lil Wayne was on the list. All the NFL does is push out a list of artists that they feel is acceptable, and the host city picks the artist. Anybody in the comments, y'all know what the host city is? So where you should be heard is that your city chose somebody else over you. Now that does sting. But we're mad at the wrong person. We talked about where the mayor of New Orleans is from.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not saying she picked it. I'm just saying that's where the mayor of New Orleans is from. But what's funny is I love that. And Juvenile said something that you would like to think, because we saw it with Dr. Dre, right? He brought out a bunch of artists that were like him that we could all vibe to. And I felt 2003 all over again when he brought 50 Cent out there. Which is crazy because that's old as shit now. But what does Lil Wayne, if you go back to, what does Lil Wayne have to say what would Lil Wayne do if he ever got selected to be a Super Bowl artist? Nah, it's it was the one right before the Juvenile one, unless you delete it. Yeah, right here. And this is him. This isn't CGI. This isn't AI. This is Lil Wayne talking to this beautiful chocolate woman.
Look like to you? Like, is it bringing people out? What makes your halftime show so special?
Please do not wear the camera. Please do not feel disrespected if you are an artist from New Orleans, an artist tied to me in any kind of way in the music. But no, that's my moment. And I earned that moment, so no, I am not bringing you one. I'm singing.
And you shouldn't.
I'm singing all the hooks that you made, you wrote. I'm singing them. Bobby Valentino, all y'all, I'm singing them. Sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, no. What?
Like, this me.
Well, I might bring out like a New Orleans jazz great or something like that, like something like that,
You also have a lot of just features. Like, maybe if you wanted to sprinkle a little something.
If I have a song with Beyonce or something at the time.
Please,
Beyonce. If I have a song with Beyonce, then of course. Of course, and that makes no sense not to.
It'd be your own. It'd be your own words. It'd be your own words.
He was with Taylor Rooks though, so everybody talked reckless in front of her.
But I'm just yeah. But my thing is, like, this is you.
Yeah.
Saying you wouldn't put your city on. So they don't know if you're playing or not. So imagine when they're doing their stuff, they're like, okay, I see what you're doing. And we're gonna be like, no. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Adrian. Birthday was yesterday. She's in Jamaica, about to get on one of them rafts and have them Jamaican men give her a bath and stuff like that. So, shout out to her. Till dog, it's like how Tally been doing. All right, man. Check. Tally ain't did shit to Fahim. Except for that one article that was an opinion piece that was not written by somebody who really from the city. If you're talking about Funk Fest that happened, every city has ordinances. And there's noise ordinances. And what happens is you get fined, right? You can choose and elect to pay that fine, but you know the rules going into it. So T-Pain chose not to. That's why T-Pain's coming back to do a show in Tallahassee this year. Unfortunately, I will have to miss that bullshit. But it's just like no, it's not the same. Like but it actually, because T-Pain's never done anything to disrespect the city. Lil Wayne has talked really fucking reckless, and we just showed y'all the video of it. So Lil Wayne kind of asked himself to get fucked over here. But Outside of that, not my problem. Lil Wayne don't give a fuck about black people. Lil Wayne give a fuck about rich people. He don't give a fuck. Like Lil Wayne says a lot of shit. And then this is where you have to be. You can't, my father is not the greatest man, but he got some bars. You cannot pretend to not give a fuck and then proceed to give fucks. So you can't talk reckless your whole career, and then when it comes down to, because this is your magnum opus, this is this is a big career highlight, and then wonder why they turned you down. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I understand. But damn, it would have been great to have a Hot Boy reunion.
Yeah, that's.
It would have been fire to start off with The Block Is Hot and then just see people running around and see the choreography. But now we got to listen to Once Upon a Time Magic Johnson Wasn't Saved or something, whatever he said. I gotta hear Kendrick and this fake woke shit. No, Kendrick. People treat Kendrick like what Nipsey was. Everything Kendrick's trying to capture, Nip was a gangbanger that turned pro-black, that turned revolutionary, that did all of this shit that K-Dot's talking about. That being said, K-Dot got bars.
He's an artist.
K-Dot does have some bars, man. But his best songs, it's not going to suck. Because I'm not going to listen. Well, I don't know. If I'm I wanted to be at last year's Super Bowl, like the game, but I had to leave because I had a trip that I had to take. And I would not have made it. I wanted to vibe with Usher. I've been vibing with Usher since I was 11. Actually, probably younger than that, because when he made, he redid the Stevie Wonder song and he did some other stuff. But everybody, in middle school, I knew what I was doing at 7 o'clock. I wanted to be in the drop top cruising the streets. Like all of Kendrick's best songs that I really like outside of the two Swimming Pools and The Recipe, fucking Jay-Z or Drake are in it.
Well, that's you.
And I don't want to hear that shit when they beefing. When they beefing and shit. Like I want to hear, I don't know.
That whole first album. Just
that dude. Yes, that's a Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah. Like was it Euphoria is like the most hating ass shit I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, I love it.
I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way. So somebody to say they hate the women that you be with, that's next level hate, dog. We would never accept this from any other aspect of a man. Outside of the fact that he was attacking Drake, and we all ganged up, and we were like, okay, this is acceptable because it's Drake.
It's funny too. It's just funny. It's because it's who it is.
Yeah,
and it's also. I mean, do we want to hear the same old stuff over again? You wait, and there's never going to be another Jay-Z. He's the richest. He won richest rapper contest, and there won't be.
That's actually that's what he should have just done. He should have, because he has tracks with Juvenile that are classic. He has tracks with Wayne that are classic. He's got tracks with a lot of other people that could have brought the city out. And we do need Jay-Z to wrap up his career. Like just one good concert where you just play like some of your class. Because Jay-Z concert is dope. That 444 tour was dope. I went to the one in Cleveland. But anyways, that's that. Going to the next thing. They're saying they're eating pets and animals in Ohio. They're killing them. And they are. The damn Patriots killed your cats. They ate them cats up. But
a lot of Haitians in Boston.
So, man, we were talking off air. Caribbeans eat wild shit.
Yeah, fat.
In New York a few years, and it's actually, man, now that I think about it, it's every 4 years. Every 4 years, they come up with this horror story, this spooky story. They out there killing live goats. If you never had curry goat, you're missing.
Goat? Yeah.
A lot of people just don't look at goat. Americans are so plain that we only look at the normal shit. chickens, pigs, and cow. Yeah. Everything outside of that is like, oh, that's a delicacy or fancy. Because again, poverty is not rampant.
Right.
I actually had somebody talk, like if you were poor, like duck, right? They said one of the things they're killing ducks. You go to a Chinese food, they got duck sauce.
Right.
Like if you go to a lake and there's a fucking duck, what's the difference between them getting the duck and killing the duck and eating the duck then? That's just fresh duck.
Yeah, you go to Chinatown, they're hanging upside down in display and roast.
Yeah, see, but you're talking about an actual city. So here, I don't think a lot of people realize the makeup of America because it's so big, right? All of the cultural centers, for the most part, are on the outskirts. And that's where most of the people live at. And that's blue, for the most part. Red, ain't no motherfuckers there. And they all look the same.
So they don't get to see.
So what happens is you hearing somebody eat something different is crazy. Or you seeing somebody different than you, you tend to believe all of the things. Like, what was her name? The white girl, the white girl that was famous 8 years ago. She was a Republican pundit. She's from South Dakota. It'll come to me.
Marjorie?
No. Marjorie's this is a young girl who just was like she was on Breakfast Club. Charlamagne got in trouble for having her on there. Anyways,
chat, help us out.
She talked about how like she had such a strong opinion about black people, but she was from fucking Tommy Loren. Thank you.
That
she was from South Dakota. But what I'm saying, so when you have people from an area that aren't from, like, that don't see a bunch of people, they believe whatever you say on the internet.
Right.
And I would ask them, I even sounds like, how many black people are you? Well, black people are so violent. They're this, they're this. And I'm like, how many black people you ever been around?
Right.
You're in this city. Well, that's what I heard, or that's what I read. Like 4 or 5 said, I heard it on. So like I'm with you. Haitians aren't weird. They're different, but I implore everybody to actually go try to learn about another culture, not from what you read on the internet, but from somebody who has experienced that culture.
Gosh, I grew up with Haitians my whole life. I've never seen. The problem is it gets conflated into things. Now you got people on X saying like, oh, they're killing people's pets. And what if you woke up and saw the head of your cat missing and stuff like that? I'm just like, oh my God.
That's the most extreme thing. Yeah. How have you ever had that? What happens is, so it goes from when COVID happened, who do you know that died of COVID? And I'd be like, well, I know a lot of people that died of COVID, but they might not have had that.
Yeah.
And that's your reality. But then they won't use that same logic on themselves. Who do you know who's had their cat head missing?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. And there's a lot of other culprits. That's why I've talked. I know she don't listen, but I've talked to Charlie numerous times. Charlie, there's shit out here that will fucking kill you if you keep escaping and run away from my house. They're gonna kill your little beagle ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's there's mountain lion. Believe it or not, there are mountain lions that roam around in Jacksonville.
It might be a bird of prey.
But you know what? I've never seen it, but I've heard about it. But I'm not going around mad at all fucking mountain lions. I'm just trying to tell my dog, if there are Haitians in Jacksonville eating beagles, you know what I would tell my dog? Stop running out of the goddamn house. There's a Haitian out here sucking your neck. Then if I saw it decapitated, look at your dumb ass. I told you. Now you're out there fucking around with them Haitians, and now you've been sacrificed. That's the black family, because that's why you don't see us going lion cages. That's why you don't see stuff like that. Like you always see the little white kid that's dangling and then out of the bears now we all got to stop what we doing to try to save the baby. But you know what? If my ass would have fell into a lion cage, look what you doing down there for your ass. I know one thing, your ass better get the fuck up here. And you know what my ass would have done? Got the fuck up there real quick, because black mamas don't play. And I knew I was going to get a spanking after the bears fucked me up.
Right.
And I'm going to get a spanking when I get up there. But it's like shit like, but again, and the other part of it is, it's cool. All right. We've been joking about Asians eating, like we've been talking about Chinese food restaurants. That chicken fried rice is cat fried rice.
Right.
The beef fried rice is dogs. Like we can pick up any. Have you ever wondered why weren't you hearing about this 4 years ago?
You go to Puerto Rico, they eat pigeon. I don't think they're out there, with slingshots hunting down pigeons in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just conflating things into some place where it can be racist and divisive.
And one person actually put that they eat dirt, and they make like dirt cakes. But you know who else eats dirt? If you go to Alabama, you know what they eat in Alabama and Mississippi?
Don't tell me this because I'm just gonna laugh at
red clay, which is dirt. Why? Not everybody. It's what poor people do. And if they're eating cats, you know what they are? They're fucking poor, and they don't, and that's what they're eating, what they got to eat. But the crazy part is that it's people there that's like, yo, my cat's good and healthy, and my Haitians with my Haitian best friend.
Yeah.
Or show me the recipes. You know what? Fuck it. Show me the recipes. What are they cooking it with? What are they eating cat with? Since you know everything, you went to college. I want to know. Show me more. I want to be. You know what it is? And I asked my son's teacher at the open house, when are we learning about lesbians? And everybody looked at me randomly. I said, no. They keep telling me to teach my kid about LGBTQVC. And I ain't learned nothing with my son went to elementary school for 6 years. Kindergarten through 5th, I ain't get one lesbian worksheet with Trey. I volunteered up there. I'd have been up there. I done read books. No, Trey has never come home to me with no masturbation worksheets because I want to know if they teaching them the right way. You got to make it special your first time, son. Get some candles, get the good lotion, get you a good warm towel. They're not teaching these kids this shit. They just making this up so that you get mad. And they keep telling me about transmissions in the bathroom, molesting kids, but I ain't seen none of that shit. You know what I see every fucking day? Some pastor getting arrested for fondling a little boy. It's called ironically, a dog whistle. They know they can say something and it's going to. You ever wonder why every 4 years there's a caravan of Venezuelans coming to the border? Why they only wait to the election? You like the problem is, and I'm not telling you who to vote for, who not to vote for. The problem is they know you're stupid, and they're gonna play on your racist ass emotions. Not just white people, black people too.
Yep.
Man, they used to say checkers sold horse meat. And I said, you know what? Good. Mr. Ed tastes fucking delicious. Not gonna stop me from eating fucking checkers. Haitians are weird. Oh, damn, what was I about to ask you? Oh, Mila, I had an important question since you deliver babies.
Yes.
Is cross-eyed, like if somebody's cross-eyed, can that is that hereditary? Like if a cross-eyed person procreates with another person, could that baby become cross-eyed?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
But unlikely, because usually the corrective gene is the dominant, like the correct gene is the dominant gene, and the cross-eyed gene is the recessive gene typically.
Okay.
So it is less likely, but still possible.
Okay. Can you correct it? Like is there we've had a black president, we've had all these other different things. We might have a female. Your soror might become president. Will she correct? Can she correct cross-eyedness?
You're so stupid. It is a corrective surgery that you can do for that.
All right, cool. I was just wondering.
People do not do it.
Why wouldn't you you do it as a kid? Can you know is the baby? Because Kyla had the picture that looked like she cross-eyed, but she wasn't cross-eyed. Like, can you see the cross-eyedness in the baby when it comes out, or is it something that happens later on in life?
It happens later on, actually. It's something you can't see typically when it comes out, usually as they develop. But you can see it very young in the baby. And so once you see it, they can do corrective eye surgery for it.
Okay. All right, cool. I was just curious. I was talking because you remember at the wedding, the one of the girls I think she was in the party. The god sister wasn't in the party. Anyway, there was a cross-eyed dude that she was dating. And I was talking about my Uncle Gordon that wanted to bang TJ's god sister. And then her boyfriend was cross-eyed, and then they got a baby. And then I was concerned, even though the baby is like damn near grown now. But the point is, I was just wondering if that baby was cross-eyed, or if there was a chance that baby would be cross-eyed. But now you're telling me that it's a 50-50 chance.
It's not 50-50. It's more like 70-30.
All right. So in other words, just stay away from cross-eyed women if you're gonna have kids. All right. I'll talk to you later, girl. All right. Bye. See, you can learn shit from here. That is a doctor. That lady runs a hospital. So now you know, if you're messing with that cross-eyed person, that the baby could be cross-eyed. But Bud said he'll probably lick the windows instead. Anyways, where are we? All right. So, anyways, stop eating. Anyways, eat more cat. Anyway, most Caribbean men don't eat cat. That's the rumor, is that Caribbean men don't eat cat anyway.
They really don't.
So you need to be eating cat to keep people at bay and make sure the cat is hell, a lot of men won't eat cat unless the cat is prepared properly. So like that lets me know the cats ain't getting killed in Springfield, Ohio, unless it's just some nasty motherfuckers. So that was also what the best thing about all those jokes came. It's just people talking about eating cat, eating pussy, all those different things, stuff like that. Caitlin Clark, continuation. I'm starting to think it was never about her being a good basketball player and about her being a white woman that was good in a sport that we automatically assume that white people can't play. Even though she a hooper. That girl can hoop.
What was it about?
Well, we can read these are so she came out in support. Actually, she didn't even support. She liked a tweet of Taylor Swift saying she endorses Kamala.
Oh my.
Now, Caitlin's whiteness is pure. She likes Taylor Swift. What if she just liked Taylor Swift and just liked the comment? But this is what they said. She liked the comment. Definitely should have stayed out of politics, Caitlin Clark, 22. I loved watching you, but now I refuse after seeing you support Taylor Swift and Kamala. Was just starting to finally pay some attention to the WNBA because somebody was actually worth watching. Then you caved. Why did you like Taylor Swift post about endorsing Kamala? Please don't get sucked into politics. Taylor Swift is fully endorsing candidates that want to allow children to be surgically or chemically treated to change their bodies permanently without parental consent. And I love this part. Do your research. They never show you where that happens.
You do the research.
Think she's a phenomenal entertainer and talent otherwise. What if she just liked Taylor Swift? Dang, supported you when the liberal WNBA players were against you, but can't support someone that is voting for Kamala, whose policies will hurt the future generation's ability to own.
Niggas just be saying
to own a house or get a paid job. Why can't plumbers have opinions, but a millionaire can't? Why can't you and your thumbs have an opinion of my opinions, but I can't have it, but I gotta shut up and dribble? Like, do y'all know how annoying that shit is? That the only thing an athlete can focus on is their athletics, but you, who's not great at anything, get to focus on everything. And none of that shit is true.
Your research.
Yeah, the do your research part always trips me out because it's never, and then you tell them the alternative research and they tell you that's fake news, but their news is the right news, even though it comes from, anyways. Again, Caitlin was just dribbling and saw something that she liked. I promise you, she probably didn't even read it.
You guys don't like sports. You're not sports fans. You think I give up what LeBron's, political standing is if he can't dunk the ball? I don't care.
I really don't. LeBron can want to go to China tomorrow, and I don't give a fuck. I don't want my son to be like LeBron for his political savvy. I want him to be like LeBron's work ethic when it comes to playing basketball. I like Caitlin Clark because she can shoot a three-pointer from the fucking logo.
Right.
I really don't care. I assume she liked Taylor Swift.
I don't know. people. We just have an unreasonable population, and most of them are on Twitter.
I just think it's just it's the vocal minority that just says shit, and then people get sucked up into the group thing,
right?
And wanting to be like, oh, I want to be angry too. I really would. That's so. My new response to people when I see shit: give me the facts. Show. I didn't do the research. I don't have time.
Right.
Give me the research. Give me the research. I want to be mad too. You know what? It has never happened. Or they'll show me something. They'll show me an opinion of an opinion that we don't know is fact. But when I say show me, like one time again, I do it all the time when it comes to the school shit, because I have kids that I have people who put their kids in private school telling me about public schools that I actively put my kids in. And I tell them, show me the district. What school was it? And I want to email that principal. One time they were saying there was a book, right? And I said, I want to know what school it was, who the principal was, and who donated the book. Because they have to, when you do donations, you have to have a list.
Right.
And they have to account for it. All of this stuff is easy, especially if it's a public school. You know what they never can give me? The list. They can never produce a true worksheet with their kid doing it. It's always, my kid did something. Okay, well, cool. Show me when your kid filled it out. What were the answers? Because a few years ago, it was CRT. They were teaching CRT in elementary schools. And I'm like, I have not got a Kill Whitey worksheet yet from my kids. Especially me, as a guy who loves history, I love history, good, bad, and ugly. And I ain't never seen no history shit from my son when it comes to that. And again, my kids Jacksonville is a Republican town outside of Donaldega being a Democrat, but for the most part, years of Republican. I have never seen, and my son went to public school. I've coached in public school system for almost 17 years. My son was in it, has been in it for 6. I got another son going through it. I'm mad because I ain't seen no CRT shit, because they don't teach CRT. CRT is taught in law school so that you can understand how laws how redlining may have fucked up black and white relations. How other laws may have kind of tailored the way people think. It's not even like it happened. It's may have. But
it's such a simpleton theory too. If you want to take it out further, if you want to look at the people who get the jobs maybe on Wall Street, look at what school they go to. Look at what Yale teaches in these Ivy League schools. If you want to think about cult personalities, look at the schools they're coming from. These are the schools that are bringing the people that kind of run the world's business, right? So we should be looking at their curriculum instead of just choosing your little 8th graders. Your 8th grader is not going to change the world because he learned something about black people, right?
That's the wild part.
What are the business practices? What are the models they're using to make money?
They learned Kwanzaa. It's fucking up my kids' universe. I want to celebrate. You know the reason why I want to celebrate Kwanzaa? Because I like gifts. And I kind of like the holidays. So it's just another gift give. I want to do it was wild as I know, like when I was growing up, they did all the Jewish things like the Hanukkah. So dreidel, 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 and I made it out of clay and something like we learned songs.
That's wild.
But the minute I say, hey, can we get little all black kids learning about Jewish holidays? But God forbid the black kids learn about another made-up holiday in Kwanzaa.
Jewish students?
I am not one Jew. I got the first Jewish person I ever had was when I went to high school. But it was cool because I learned about why they did that and the mythos behind it, and you know, heck, right now I got the Advent calendars I'm into now. Those are cool because I get 20 cool ass gifts. Mouse camera. But, you know, just anyways, just people are just upset about shit. Colorado. Oh, no, we got one more thing to talk about. This was really cool. Before we get into Colorado, black coaches looking out for each other. Thomas Hammock is making me really, really like him right now. I had no fucking clue who he was before last weekend. If you could have said, you could have put me on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and the $1 million question would have been Northern Illinois head coach Thomas Hammock. What ethnicity is he? White, black, Serbian, Hispanic. And the last guess I would have had was black. Never heard of the guy. He beats another black coach, Marcus Freeman. One of those men that all black women hate. Well, because he's handsome. I'm not a hater. Like you can pull it, like if you pull up both of the pic, Marcus Freeman, handsome dude. That good light skin. In shape, all that shit. Good hair. White wife. And they hate her because she's got like 8 kids and she's not built like a house. I'm talking about her snapback is immaculate. It's crazy. And I'm like, dog, stay off of her. Like what did she do to deserve you? Like that man she's pregnant again. She got a baby for every loss. Like that's what but anyways, this is what we need to have happen. And these are the stories that need to be told, right? Northern Illinois head coach Thomas Hammock offered to help out Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman right after the game. Freeman took him up on his offer. We've talked on the phone a couple of times and exchanged messages. I want him to do well. And I think what everybody wants Deion to be is what this relationship could, because Deion's supposed to be helping black coaches, but Deion's playing a black coach today. I mean, this weekend, Colorado State again. And that coach should have beat him. And all we've seen is them two go at each other. Every coach that Deion goes after is contentious. This shows that we can battle each other and we can lift each other up. This is the example, not just of black coaches, but all coaches need to be showing. Because there's nothing in it for them. Northern Illinois is not, well, Notre Dame's not in the conference either. But like Northern Illinois, he's like, hey, man, hey, brother, this is what we exploited. Here's where you're weak at. Let me help. This is what we did. We knew we'd have success here. You know why Saban was so good at Bama? Because Saban, nobody helped Saban. Saban actively went out and got his analyst coaches were head coaches. And their job was to scout him and his tendencies so that he could know how somebody would beat them. He would always go for coaches that coached against him. One of the things that we don't do enough in society is have people who can speak life into our weak points. I love this for these two brothers. I'm over here trying to get some Mandarin University players up in Northern Illinois. I want people to go wherever he's at. I want that man to be successful.
Will he play again? Will they play each other again?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, hell no. They paid them motherfuckers $1.4 million to whip their ass. Fuck y'all. Is what Notre Dame's like people are saying. Like those two are just like, we just coaches, but like, nah, hell no. We paid $1.4 million to whip the ass. Not like imagine it's like paying a prostitute to get fucked.
I'm sure
some people do, but like it's a waste. If you're paying a high-end one, you better be doing the fucking. I'm the customer here, sir. Or ma'am. Look at my man. Now, Colorado had some wild shit happen. The police were dispatched to Folsom Field. And nobody really knew why. And this is the reason why. Well, this is the reason why.
Y'all talk about.
They talk about black. This is the wild shit. Like my man just doing. He's gonna go to jail and pay a hefty fine. You can't fuck up these fields.
Yeah.
But like, how? I have so many questions. Like, how did he?
What's his statement?
He wanted to show them how to finish a drive.
That's genius.
He didn't say that, but I'm saying, but that's what he came on.
I was like, oh, this man, he needs an award.
Had I known this, I felt Nebraska was going to win, right? But had I known this happened, I knew. There's only I'm not terrified of anybody, right? There's a couple people that I wouldn't want to be around if shit went down, or I want them on my side. There's Bradley Jennings, and because I found out my former colleague as a coach, and he played at Florida State before me. He was shot the week of the draft and robbed of his championship rings. I did not realize he got in his car and drove himself to his friend's house, and then they called the ambulance to come get him from his friend's house, Santana Moss. Wow. Terence Bud Crawford was shot in the head and drove himself to the hospital. It makes so much sense why he's a world champion boxer that beats the fuck out of people. You can't. He's an unkillable individual. Like if a bullet to the head doesn't do it to him, what are your fists gonna do? I'm not talking about a bullet whizzing by your ear either. I'm talking about the man literally got shot in the head. Terence Crawford talked to the Nebraska team before the Colorado game. If I'd have known that, I'd have put all the money on Nebraska. You know how we were talking about adjusting the spread for Georgia Tech? I would have adjusted the spread for Nebraska. This is Terence Bud Crawford and what he said to the Nebraska team. I wonder if they got music or some shit behind it, but like, look at him. Is this up?
Yeah.
Bud Crawford, like most of the time when he goes to the ring, he goes by himself, and like everybody else is showy. He's like, but look at him right now. This is a badass motherfucking multimillionaire, and he's dressed like a badass motherfucker from the block. Yeah. Not a badass motherfucker. Like, when's the last time you threw on a Nike Air shirt? I didn't even know they made. This man shops at Ross. If this man, like, honest to God's truth, this man's diabolical. We might need to like look at him. Like, he might have, but this is Terence Bud Crawford talking to Nebraska.
It's y'all time to shine. Not taking anything for granted.
You got a fucking
whether you up, whether you down. Look at your neighbor and know that you got his back, know that he got your back. They coming in here to take everything y'all got. Y'all home field. So you gotta know they're gonna bring all the hype behind them. But this y'all time to shine. Y'all got a great football team, great football coach, great organization to go out there and step on these boys' neck. Somebody gotta go out there and be like, I don't care who you is, I don't care what they say you about to do in the NFL or who your daddy is. You ain't played us yet. When I walk in that ring, I don't care who they is. They ain't fought me yet. I'm the man. You gotta have that attitude. Gotta have that attitude. I've been doubted all my career. Terence ain't fought nobody. He's this, he's that, he's this. I've been hearing that my whole career. Why? Because I'm from Nebraska. I'm from Nebraska. What comes out of Nebraska? That's what they say. Diamond shine anywhere. Make a believer out of each and every one of them. Because anything possible. If you play your game, if you do what you're supposed to do, stay consistent, stay committed, believe in yourself, believe in your team, anything is possible. Then when it's time to shine, you go out there and do what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna be out there with y'all. Hey, I'm fighting with y'all. Y'all know that, right? I'm tired of holding this state on my back all day. Can y'all help me? God, my back hurting. You know what I mean? I've been doing this since 2008. I need a little help. Nebraska, give me a little help.
Damn, that was kind of motivational. Yeah. It wasn't like he didn't even have to raise his voice.
He's not like the greatest orator, but it's still a hit.
Because the only thing that would have made it better is if he would have said something like, if y'all don't fuck them up, I'm gonna fuck you up. And we would have all believed it. We would have all believed it.
We could have been scared for them.
Like, yeah, I'd be like, damn, dog. Because that's what comes down to football. We'll get my alma mater here. And I've talked about it. That's how I coach my running backs. They're more afraid of coming to me than they are of anything on that football field. That was like my guy Monster. Like, you come over here and you don't have what I need, I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out. I might knock you the fuck out. And I need your parent. And then I'm gonna ask your daddy if your daddy wants some too. And that's what you gotta have. You gotta have that respect for somebody, man. Whether it be you're afraid the coach gonna knock you out, or you're afraid, like I was, that my coach said consistently, I'm gonna send your ass back to the fucking projects. That's wild. Which was wilder because my mom did not live in those projects anymore. My mom lived in the house. It was nice out. The house she's in now, I'm like, damn, how you gonna send me back to the project? Where I'm gonna stay, coach? Can't go to 1033C no more. I don't know who lived there. New family there. So I put last fight. He wore a sweater outside of the press conference in Cali. Yes, he is the illest dude from Nebraska. Florida State needs that. Oh shit, we can't even get into that. You know, we can get into that. Then I gotta wrap it up. I'm gonna read this from Florida State, and this was some Irish Shuffle put. There's a whole lot of negativity about FSU football and Mike Norvell and here in our message boards, justifiably so. But I figured I would amplify a different perspective from one of our posters in the tribal councils. One of the things I always tell people: stop reading message boards. Mike Norvell has coached and built or made the rebuild a winning culture with facing conditions that were unprecedented in college football history. Can you name another coach in history that arrived as head coach in December as the NCAA implemented its first early signing period in history? That wasn't all the way true, but I get it. It was like the second year to a program that was left in complete disarray and then have its campus, high school, and staff shut down in March. He couldn't meet in person with players, coaches, recruits, parents, and staff for months, had no spring camp. Then they had an abbreviated season where he gets COVID. He climbs through all of that, all the debris as the NIL is unleashed with conflicting rules and flawed Seminole booster program, manages to upset a top 10 team on the road and shows signs of promise without sufficient staffing, stability, and administration as we replace both AD and president, as well as the president of the boosters, and had a massive budget crisis. He takes a big salary cut, beats a key state rival, and produces our best ever academic results to date without a single off-field negative incident. Then he starts winning by beating a top 10 SEC team and making history with a 10-win season, a bowl win that changed the wall. Won a state championship and did something Bobby never did, beat Oklahoma. Oh, God, I hate when y'all do that bullshit. Then he wins the ACC championship, beats Clemson in Death Valley for the first time in 7 years, improved the academic performance yet again to set a new record, and still no off-field incidents except for a knucklehead decision by his OC and a booster. That's fucked up. He is then the first head coach of a P5 school to go undefeated and win his conference and not be invited to the national championship, which is the playoffs. But under the recently adopted NCAA rules allowing opt-outs, that's not recent. You can always opt out. Many of the NFL prospects he developed decided to not play in the meaningless bowl game. Oh, yeah. While all that's going on, his school sued the conference, and we're in the negative talks across the media. Loses the bowl game by 60 points. Yet through all of this, he turned Alabama down and kept climbing in Tallahassee. Now, some of you want to disown him, prospective people. CMN is perfect fit for FSU. You do want positivity. But at the end of the day, there was a white man from Arkansas that was an offensive coordinator at Arizona State before he became the head coach of Memphis and before he took the head coaching job at Florida State. And this white man said, the standard is the standard. And that white man is Coach White Mike Norvell. I love Mike to death. But Mike is not a bitch. And I wish y'all would stop doing this shit, because y'all did this shit for the first 2 years that he was here. You made excuse after fucking excuse after fucking excuse. Luke, I know unequivocally he got that offer. And he turned it down. That is 100% true that Mike Norvell turned down the Alabama offer. That's not fiction. You know me, I don't talk about shit that I don't know about. I know about it. It was a very difficult decision for him as well. Because not the money, the off-field support that he would have. But he feels he can get that here at Florida State. That being said, back to the original point, Mike's not a bitch. Mike's a winner. And Mike doesn't need people going out and defending him and trying to move the goalposts from what Mike said is. Now, Mike has issues, and he understands that those issues are not necessarily X's and O's related. They're in between the ears of the players. But it is his job to motivate them to get out of that funk. That's how coaches get fired. But we don't need a rah, 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 win one for the Gipper type shit. My grandmother and Don Draper both said, if you don't like what's being said, change the conversation. You can change the conversation by winning. You don't lose to Georgia Tech and Boston College, two teams that are subpar in comparison to your program, in comparison to your program facilities, your NIL, and all of those different things, and not have people get a little bit mad and not have people lose a little bit of faith, because they're also seeing guys that were in the portal that we could have gotten at quarterback that could have been better than DJU. And it's not just Cam Ward. It's Will Howard at Syracuse. It's the guy who left Kansas State. It's numerous players that are all over, like the Texas State quarterback that we all watched on display last night almost beat his coach, Kenny Dillingham. It's the fact that he's being held accountable for what we know he can do, be a producer of men, not just coaches, but not just players, but also coaches. Here is what Mike Norvell has had out of his short coaching tree, less than a decade. Oregon's head coach, Arizona State's head coach, the team we're playing this week, Memphis's head coach, NAU's head coach, the head coach of Buffalo, Southern Miss's head coach. That is 6 head coaches in less than 10 years of coaching. That is called a tree, a coaching tree. That's not including numerous other guys who are co-DCs, co-OCs, or defensive coordinators at different places. It's not a fact that Mike Norvell can't do the job. It's just that Mike Norvell isn't doing the job, and there is no reason why an FSU fan should not be disappointed. He's disappointed. Stop all that bullshit. But I'm going to tell you if FSU loses again, because I'm afraid of this Memphis game. Somebody asked me, what is my scared meter? And it's about 6.5 to 7 right now. Because Memphis has a good offense and they're a good coach team. And their head coaches, what's scary is their head coach never played a down of football. He went to the University of North Florida. They don't have a football. They're undefeated. They wrote an article about CJ's daddy. I told y'all, if we lose, y'all need to go blame CJ Wilson. Former Memphis receiver Charles Wilson will be at Doak Campbell Stadium watching the Tigers play Florida State with his son, CJ, a diehard FSU fan. The Daily Memphisan wrote a fucking article about this shit. CJ, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what? I don't even have this happen.
God damn it, CJ. I even joked because they put it in there. As I joked in our group chat, said his daddy is doing the motivational speech for pregame for Memphis. Saying these fuck ass boys in Tallahassee didn't recruit me because he's from Tallahassee. Went to Gabi High School. Said fuck ass boys wouldn't even recruit me when I was coming out of high school, so I had to come to Memphis and ball the fuck out. Now my punk ass son is a diehard fan. I hope y'all beat the fuck out of them. That's probably what his dad said. CJ said, you know what? All jokes aside, it's probably what my daddy would say. If we don't beat them, the reason why I say panic is I don't know where the wins come from. The schedule doesn't get any easier if we can't beat Georgia Tech, Boston College, and fucking Memphis. That's where my panic is. Like, what? Charleston Southern is all I got. I can't tell you Florida's not better than Memphis. Hold on. I can't tell you any of these other guys are better. I don't know. I'll say this, though. Shout out to intern Jaden doing this Doug Dizzle. There is hope. Everybody talks about our recruiting class. CJ Wiley out here tweeting that motherfucker tweeting. Love it, dog. Like, he not tweeting like everybody else is decommitting. He out here is tweeting like, nah, this is my motherfuckers here. Right now, we have one of the best 2025 wide receiver classes. Unfortunately, Texas has a better class than us with only 2 commits, and that's because they have 2 5-stars. One of them being Jamie French. Very fucking upset about that, but fuck it, hook them. Yeah, Robert Owens, I'll be giving away FSU Cal tickets. Wrapping it up real quick. Damn, I want to talk about Tua. I'm gonna do an NFL show on Sunday. I really do want to talk about Tua, but I gotta go. I want to leave this for my ladies and for my fellas. Every meaningful relationship that I've ever been in that works, the woman shot her shot. And Lauren London's fine. Lauren London is a woman that has multiple baby daddies. She's also she has a type. She likes rappers. She's got a baby by Lil Wayne. She's got a baby by Nipsey. But this is her talking about how she got Nipsey Hussle. And I'm just telling you, ladies, go in there, slide in that man's DMs and let that man know that you love him.
God, my memory is so whack these days, but I do remember how we met. I was on a set, and at the time he had dropped this Crenshaw mixtape that all the ladies on set, like the glam, was like listening to.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it'd be so dope if and they were all from LA. We were in Atlanta shooting. I was like, it'd be really cool if I like got them his mixtape and all, like, the Crenshaw stuff.
Yeah.
And so I had reached out to a friend of mine, Danny, like, hey, do you know Nip? Like, could you reach out and see if I can get a discount on some of the stuff? Because I'm kind of buying in bulk.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And so Nip never reached out. His manager then reached out to my friend, and I didn't get the discount either. And so I was like, oh, okay, I guess he's not. I was like, I guess he's not trying to give me. It's fine. And so then I bought the stuff, gave the girls a wrap gifts, and then I ended up following him on, I don't even remember what social media. See, my memory is so whack. Maybe it was Twitter, or at the time it was Twitter. I don't know. I don't remember. Instagram, maybe. I started following him, and then he DM'd me like, hey, thank you for this.
He slid in
my DMs. He's like, thanks. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you. Send me your sizes so I can send you a personal box.
Yeah.
And then he gave me his number. And so then I text him because I was like, I don't do DMs.
Okay, but did you think it was really cute then?
I thought he was fine. Maybe but first of all, me following him was I was like, he took the bait.
Yeah.
No, yes. I always thought he was very attractive. I actually had like friends that knew him that were like, I think you guys would get along, years before that. But I was just on my like single mom stuff. I wasn't really like, whatever. So I text him like, hey, this is Boogie. I don't really do the DM, but here are my sizes. Here's the shipping address. And he sent back like a funny little thing. And he's like, yeah, I know you from LA, and told me what high school I went to. And so that
research.
Yeah, I'm like, boy, and so that went on. That was like a 5 to 8 hour conversation the first day. Yeah.
That was it.
And then
one, women with means know what they want and get after it. Did you notice that man gave her a test? She bought the whole thing with no discounts. He knew that she wasn't no begging asshole. And then she knew what she wanted when it's not necessarily shooting your shot, it's positioning yourself to become the target. And I think if more women did that, we'd have less confusion. Just be open eyes. That woman said she saw something she liked and she went out and get him. No, Luke, the Nipsey died, Luke. She was with him at the funeral. Like, that was like, they had a whole thing. No, bro, she didn't leave Nip. She left Wayne, but she didn't leave Nip. Like, he left her. Hey, funny thing about the Tua story, there was a tweet this dude put up. Tua went to heaven briefly. He saw Nip. And Nip was like, hey, cuz, you a little young to be up here, don't you think? And then sent him back down. That man was throwing up. He was throwing up gang signs, man. It's time for him to let it go.
Yeah.
Gotta let it go, man. Gotta let it go. Last thing I'll leave you with, and as much as that's crazy, Daniel Womack, when you put it like that. I'm also going to tell you, notice her complexion. Light-skinned women are dangerous. And that's from a guy who was birthed by one. This motherfucker got gang. Like she could have, even though technically only one of them is a real gangbanger, the other one joined grad chapter, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Why would you've made it. Why would you go and become a goon?
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, you've been rapping since you were 6, dog. Like we know, never mind. I'm not even gonna get into that shit. He's already got a lot that he's dealing with. Just stay out the water. And the real reason, because the real killers are out there. And they be letting you know anytime, man, Hamlin can't stay out of the press, dog. Like if he run into somebody died. But orcas, and I don't know why white people keep testing that gangster, but y'all about to be the SEALs next. Y'all keep fucking with them, and they're gonna fuck y'all up. But just check out this orca just letting this person know without letting them know. They even talking shit in this so that she can hear it. You hear that orca talking to him? That motherfucker right there. I would have shit. I'd have shit. I'd have had all kind of food for the krill, the shrimp would have been all around me, dog. Because what happens is they don't respect things. They only respect what we've been marketed to. It's just like you seen Gil Arenas talk about MJ when they anointed him the GOAT.
No,
they anointed him the GOAT in 1989. That's why Kareem didn't like him. Before he won any championship, he was anointed the GOAT. And they say, but now there's parameters on being the GOAT. And it's always what I tell people. We have been marketed to like Mike. It's not that Mike isn't worthy of it. It's just we have to remember that. Movie producers were shooting Gatorade commercials and Jordan commercials. I'm talking to you as a guy who's wearing a pair of fresh Jordan 4s that he wouldn't have never worn them, but they're Union LA's. It's not because of Jordan, though. I happen to like high-end shoes, and they just happen to be expensive. That being said, the only reason y'all don't understand these gangsters is because of fucking Free Willy, and they put a Michael Jackson song on it and made us all love them. Them bitches they treat SEALs like beach balls.
Yeah, right.
And y'all out here swimming with them, but afraid of Haitians and cats. But going into somebody else's turf, he probably said, "What's your name, cuz? Where you from?" If you don't know what that means you ain't listening to Nipsey enough, or you have never been in a neighborhood where you're not from and they don't know you. And it's a little frightening. Hell, I went to the neighborhood I grew up in once, and I ain't been back since. Because all the people that I know ain't there no more. I was trying to be nice and show people I'm really from here, which I am. No, the only thing that saved me was Irk was there, my OG. But Irk old. Irk ain't got but so many mango seasons left. Irk ain't gonna be there to save me one day. Them motherfuckers come ground your car. Man. I keep fucking with them animals if you want to. Anyways, man, college football's tomorrow. Anquan Boldin's getting inducted into the FSU Hall of Fame, so I'm going to go holler at my former teammate, talk to QB, probably hang out with P-Dub a little bit, try to get him on a show that we'll do on Saturday, just a little fuck around and find out show. We'll do a NFL wrap-up where we will talk about the death of Tua, of Pineapple Boy, and why he needs to move on and do what 99% of all athletes do, go pro in something else. It's going to be 2 Miami Dolphins that are going to be stupid rich at the end of the year because of silly shit. Tua and Tyreek Hill for getting his ass whooped by the cops. Miami PD, you could have saved Luke's ticket had y'all just fucked Ty Hill up again. But now you want to go and do right. On that note, appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me, and we will see you guys next time.